Hello students, this is Bashir working as mathematics faculty in Narayana IIT Academy for the past 15 years. It is rightly said that Ganita Shastradhyayanam Apata Madhuram Adyanta Sukhadam. Many impossible and difficult problems of arithmetic are easily dealt by algebra. The very important tool of algebra is equation. The word equation is very commonly heard by us, but actually equation is a very big word. Many secrets of nature are decoded in the form of equation by the mathematicians and scientists. The very fundamental job of algebra is to develop methods to solve certain equations. Even here we are going to see such topic where we are going to deal with quadratic equations. You see, in this topic, quadratic equations and expressions, we are going to discuss these subtopics. 1. Nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Then 2. Relation between coefficients and roots of a quadratic equation. Then 3. Common root concept of two quadratic equations. Then 4. Transformation of roots. Then 5th. Quadratic expression and its graph. Then 6th. Quadratic inequation. Before we enter the topic, let us recall 3 prerequisite points. See these words: expression, equation, inequation and identity. One should know the difference between these terms. You see, first let us highlight expression. You take 3x plus 4, it is an expression. X square plus x plus 1, it is an expression, we know it in the earlier classes. You see, expression in the sense, it is like a function. If you take it as f of x, when x is equal to 1, the value of the expression is 1 square plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. When x is equal to 2, it is 2 square plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. When x is 0, it is 0 square plus 0 plus 1, which is 1. That means an expression is like a function where we give some input, we will get the outputs. Whereas an equation, for an equation, you see, 3x plus 4 equal to 0. This is an equation because it has variable and equality of two expression is taken. Every equation is a condition. This says that find a number like x whose 3 times of the number added to 4 should be 0. So the number which satisfies this is minus 4 by 3. You know, it is called a linear equation. We solved in earlier classes. Similarly, suppose x square is equal to 4, which is a condition. This says that square of a number must be 4. I want that number. You see, clearly x can be 2 or minus 2 satisfies this condition. So this is an equation. So every equation is a condition. We know that the numbers which satisfy the condition are called roots of the equation or solutions of the equation. That is equation. Then inequation. Inequation in the sense, the open sentence involving the symbols less than or equal to, greater than or equal to is called an inequation. For example, x less than 1 is an inequation. 3x plus 4 less than 5x minus 8. It is an inequation. X square less than or equal to 0. It is an inequation. So equation will be equality of expressions, whereas inequation is an open sentence containing these symbols. So fourth one is going to be identity. The identity is, you consider this x plus 1 whole square is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Actually, it is also an open sentence. Equality is there. I can call it as an equation. Whereas this is such an equation which is satisfied by each and every real value of x. You put x is equal to 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 square is equal to 2 square plus 2 into 2 plus 1 satisfies. Not only x is equal to 2, you give any value for x, it is going to be true. Like this is called identity because it is a fact, it is a result, it is a formula. Whereas equation is just a condition to find the values of x, whereas identity is a result. Okay, so after knowing these words, expression, equation, inequation, identity, before we go to the next point, just one important point: is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 an equation? Yes, it is not an equation because it is not a condition, no variable is there. Even though equal to symbol is there, it is not an equation, it is just a statement. Similarly, 2 less than 3, even it is also not an inequation because it is not a condition, no variable is found in this. So this is an important note. Polynomial. We know that a polynomial is an expression of kind a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus and so on an x power n, where a0, a1, a2 and so on an are real numbers and an not equal to 0. Such an expression is called a polynomial in the variable x over real numbers of degree n, because the highest power of x whose coefficient is non-zero is n. For example, you see 3x plus 4, it is a polynomial whose degree is 1. So such polynomial is called linear polynomial. You see 3x square minus 8x is a polynomial and its degree is 2. So it is called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Whereas y square minus 8y cube plus 11, it is a polynomial in the variable y and the degree is 3. If the degree is 3, we call it as cubic polynomial. We have learnt these points in earlier class. Now suppose y power 4 plus 7y plus 8 is also a polynomial of degree 4. This is called biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. If you take a polynomial of higher degree like 5, 6, 7, we call it as polynomial of degree 5 or polynomial of degree 6, like that. And even next point is a number 7 a polynomial? Yes, when all the coefficients are 0, when a0 is 7, it's a polynomial. So every non-zero number is a polynomial whose degree is 0, because we can write 7 into x power 0 we can write, and hence it is a polynomial of degree 0. Even 0 a polynomial? Yes, 0 is also a polynomial specially defined called 0 polynomial, where all coefficients are 0 and its degree is not defined. So 0 is also a polynomial whose degree is not defined. That's all about polynomial which we have learnt in the previous class. We know that a complex number is defined like a plus ib, where a comma b are any two real numbers, like 2 plus 3i, 7 minus root 2i, pi plus root 3i. These are all complex numbers where these 2, 3, 7 minus root 2, pi root 3 are real numbers. In any complex number, a is called real part and b is called imaginary part. A is called real part, b is called imaginary part. And we define for the complex number a plus ib the conjugate as a minus ib, because their sum will be a real number, their product will be a real number. Not only that, even we know the algebra of complex numbers. Suppose I need to add one complex number a plus ib plus c plus id. How to add? So we add the corresponding real parts plus I into b plus d. So we are recalling it, addition of two complex numbers can be done like this. Similarly, if I want to subtract a complex number minus another complex number like this, we simply write real parts a minus c plus I into b minus d. Now the third multiplication of three complex numbers, two complex numbers. If I want to multiply a plus ib into c plus id, we just multiply like distributive law, a into c ac plus I ad plus I bc plus I square bd. We know that in a complex number, I stands for square root of minus 1 and hence I square is equal to minus 1. So with this I square becomes minus 1. So AC minus BD into I into AD plus BC. This is how we multiply two complex numbers. So this is a required one for the further problems. After recalling the terms, quadratic equations, quadratic expression, then root of a quadratic equation, let us see how to solve a quadratic equation by using a formula. For that, first let me derive a formula. Let us consider the equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Let me multiply the equation with 4a, because a not equal to 0. Let me multiply this equation with 4a, so that this becomes 4a into ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So that this is 4a square x square plus 4abx plus 4ac equal to 0. Now I try to write it as 2ax whole square plus 2 into 2ax into b. I rearrange this term. So plus b square minus b square plus 4ac equal to 0. Now this particular expression can be written like 2ax plus b whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now 2ax plus b is root of b square minus 4ac with plus or minus. Now x becomes minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That means our ultimate aim is to find the values of x which satisfy the equation that x is going to be minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That means we got two numbers in place of x, minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, whereas the second number is minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So these are the two numbers which satisfy a quadratic equation. Since it is a quadratic equation, there will be two roots. By fundamental theorem of algebra, we can recall that for a polynomial equation of degree n, there will be n roots, real or complex. Let me repeat. By fundamental theorem of algebra, for a polynomial equation of degree n, there will be n roots, real or complex. For example, if you take a quadratic equation, there will be two roots, may be distinct, may not be distinct. Overall, you can find two roots. The two roots are going to be this. So, for every quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, by using this formula, we can find the two roots. Right. Now the question is, find the roots of the quadratic equation x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. If at all you want to solve a quadratic equation, compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 7 and c is equal to 12. Now the roots are given by the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. By using this formula, we try to get the x values which satisfy this. So minus b stands for 7 plus or minus root of b square means minus 7 whole square minus 4, a is 1, c is 12 by 2a, 2 into 1. With the help of which you get 7 plus or minus root of 49 minus 48, 1 by 2, and hence you will get 7 plus or minus 1 by 2, so 8 by 2 is 4, 7 minus 1, 6 by 2 is 3. So for this quadratic equation, the roots are 4, 3. If necessary, we can cross check whether these numbers satisfy the equation or not. They will definitely satisfy. So you are given any quadratic equation, by the mechanical procedure, by applying the formula, you can find the roots of the quadratic equation. Now let us define discriminant of a quadratic expression or quadratic equation. So for any quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c, or the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, we define the number b square minus 4ac, b square minus 4ac as discriminant. Generally it is denoted by delta, sometimes capital D also we denote. So this number is called discriminant of this expression or this expression. For example, you take the equation x square minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. For this equation, the discriminant delta is going to be b square. You compare this equation with this. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4 and c is equal to 1. Now b square minus 4ac in the sense b square is minus 4 whole square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 1. 16 minus 4 which is 12. So 12 is the discriminant of this equation. So for every quadratic equation we can find the number called discriminant, b square minus 4ac, which is going to help us in commenting the nature of roots. So with the help of this, let us enter the actual subtopic, the nature of roots of a quadratic equation.